Caitlin Clark was absolutely dominant in another devastating win for the Indiana Fever. But you know the casuals are going to try to act like she did not absolutely annihilate Paige and the Dallas team here. I mean, it's just, we got to go through some highlights because I already know. They're going to be like, oh, Paige scored more points and did this and that. And it's like, when you look at the quality and the intensity and just the human highlight reel that is of Caitlin Clark, a box score will never tell the true story. Even right here that I got queued up right here, it's 4-3, 8:32 to go in the first quarter. Defense just draped on her, and I'm going to be making a separate video about this one because there's some foul calls that were not called that are mind-blowing, and it's going to have to be its own separate video. I'll show you, but I'm going to have to make a whole another separate video. Defense just draped on her. What does she do? Makes an absolute perfect pass, as always. Foul, impeding her movement. Beautiful pass. I mean, it's so crazy. Kelsey Mitchell and Boston just feasted off of Caitlin Clark's attention that she draws and her assist to the point where their plus minus is like 30 and like 32 or something. Make no mistake about it. It is all driven by Caitlin Clark, and it's not even close. I mean, that right there just shows you. I mean, this was the entire game, honestly. I mean, literally the next possession. Okay, there's now 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Okay, Caitlin Clark, look, she gets a steal. Boom. Just perfection. I mean, she was on one. This game alone, she had 10 points, 10 plus points, 10 plus assists, and 5 steals. Only the 5th player in WNBA history to do that multiple times, and Caitlin Clark has done it now in her 2nd season. Seems pretty good to me. This, I'm going to make a separate clip, but I got to show you this. This is where Caitlin Clark was fouled and grabbed, and they even talk about it in the audio, which I'll play for you after we watch this first time around. It's just insane. She's getting grabbed, hit, held. The fact that none of this is anything, and yet she still makes a great pass and just an insanely wild shot there. But we're going to watch this in slow motion, and we'll break it down.
Clark bounces. Howard can't finish. And Clark was really frustrated at no call.
There were a lot of hands on Caitlin Clark the entire time she was dribbling the basketball. I understand the frustration.
Yeah, and just wait. We got some zoomed in highlights that we'll show you in slow motion. Before we get to that again, because this is now the same continuation of the game, because now there's only 6 minutes and 43 seconds left to go. You'll see more foul, more contact, and then we'll see a replay of what it was before. I mean, it's just insane. More foul, more impediment, more foul. Then they finally call the foul there. Because it's like you can't deny it, right? You can't. I mean, she literally gets whacked on the arm, and it's just crazy. But watch this. I want you to listen to the conversation. Then we're gonna watch the replay again, and then they'll show you the replay. They're talking about fouling. They're talking about how insane the game is called. Just listen.
The freedom of movement is completely restricted with the contact that is allowed at this level. Paige Becker's told us she's actually had to learn how to defend while fouling because she's like, I can get away with so much I couldn't get away with in college because they don't care about freedom of movement like that. I mean, Clark was fouled the entire way down and finally gets the whistle. She'll shoot 2.
And we'll see it on the previous possession. This is the ball handler. There's a grab. There's a hold. There's another grab. I mean,
all of those are
fouls. Every single one of them. And here, that's a foul, and finally they call it on the arm.
I mean, if she didn't get whacked on the arm at the very end, they wouldn't have called any of that a foul. It's just so infuriating, which is why I got to make a separate video about it. Because it just drives me insane. I'm going to make a separate video, and I'll post it later, because I want to do a bigger deep dive on this, and I want to make sure that I have all the clips cut together, because it's just it's obscene. And this is why a game where she puts up 14 points, 13 assists, which could have been like 18 assists. Again, I don't even have the strength to show you all the missed layups. I have a couple of them that I'll show you, but it's just like, I don't even got the strength because it's so insane. I mean, this girl could be averaging like 20 assists a game at this point. And again, all the attention that she gets, the lack of foul calls. I mean, like, what she's really doing is essentially like a 25, 10, and 10 game, like every single game. It really is wild. I mean, it's just what this woman is dealing with day in and day out is just so next level. I mean, here's another beautiful assist. And again, you can see the double team. You see the attention all on her, which then leads to more points. And again, this is like a minute later of gameplay. So it's like she's dealing with all of it. She's making, you know, beautiful shots, getting fouled nonstop, not getting the call, making beautiful passes. And it's all just like minute after minute after minute. I mean, it really is wild. Boom. And it's just so, it's so effortless. So effortless. I mean, now we jump to the second quarter. Again, look at the attention that Caitlin Clark draws, which then directly leads to more points. Look at this. She's got the ball. She's going to drive. Double team. Beautiful pass. Boom. Look at this. Double team and wide open layup. I mean, nobody else draws that type of attention that Caitlin Clark does. Just, again, I'm just going to keep saying it. Game after game after game. Possession after possession after possession. Can you find some of those moments for some of these other women? Sure. Every single possession? Non-stop? 365? 24/7? No. And now here's a foul on Caitlin Clark, you know, at Caitlin Clark. That then you know, who fouls her just pretends like, that's ridiculous. How, I can't believe it. And this is part of the problem why Caitlin Clark doesn't get foul calls, because there's this false opinion that they favor her, which is obviously just completely wrong. But you'll see. She clearly gets fouled. She gets whacked. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's so perfect. Look at that. She's literally whacked. Okay? And then watch where she's like, no way. She puts her hands up like she does. Like, I didn't do nothing. And goes, right. Like you didn't just whack her. And then again, a minute later, this is what Caitlin Clark does. Block, gets the ball, pass at the three. Look, I mean, look at this. Do you see this? Do you see the ridiculousness of this? This is legendary. Shador Sanders could never. Look at this. Better find Caitlin Clark the ball back again. I mean, that's literal perfection. Absolute literal perfection. And I'm going to show you a graphic in a few moments that is, and listen to the audio that they had at halftime, which will make you go insane. It will make you go insane. Another thing that I'm going to have to make into a separate video. Again, this is the attention that she draws, okay? This is the double team effect of Caitlin Clark that she's constantly drawing. Even the fake, you see? Boston's faking to Caitlin. Both Dallas defenders go to Caitlin, and it's wide open now for Boston. That's how that works. Okay? That's how that works. Look at it again. Fake it, all the attention, boom, layup. Just like that. I'm going to have to turn this into a separate video because listen to what they say here. Just listen.
Paige talked to Holly Rowe about getting into open space and attacking open space. She did that. 10 points. This backdoor cut, which is something she loves to do, and then the tough physical finish. She's holding her own. There's just been a difference in the help that Paige has versus the help that Caitlin Clark has so far in this half.
I think the Indiana defense, like you talked about, they can load up on Paige Beckers because you don't have Arike Gumbawale, and Indiana does. So both of these two, they hold their own. Caitlin Clark's got help. Paige Beckers needs more of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the difference. That's the difference. Caitlin Clark has help. They can load up on Paige, but not on Caitlin Clark. What are we talking about here? Oh my gosh. Caitlin Clark is creating the help. Like, are we insane right now? Are we insane? We're losing our minds. We are absolutely losing our minds here. We are absolutely losing our minds. You want to know what Caitlin Clark has to deal with? You want to know what Caitlin Clark has to deal with? This is what she has to deal with. Okay? This is some of the help that Caitlin Clark has. Awesome steal. Beautiful pass. That's the help that Caitlin Clark has to also deal with. Okay? Want another one in the same game? I mean, watch this sequence, okay? Because she made that steal, then the pass, drop. That was with 1:30 to go. Now we're inside a minute, 59 seconds to go, okay? She's got to create her own luck here. More physical defense. Fighting up against her. Pretty still clean defense. Step back 3. Drops it. Boom. Okay, that was the help that she had. And now, 40 seconds later, what do you think's about to happen? I mean, this is crazy. 8 seconds left. Look at this pass. She just drops it. I mean, it's in her hands. Caitlin Clark, all the attention that she draws. There's 8 seconds left. She has every right just to hold it and heave up a shot when she wants to. But what does she do? No. And why does this happen? Because of the double team yet again. And I'll show you. Look at this. The ball's out of her hands. You see 2 defenders right there trying to close in on Caitlin Clark, which then has a wide open player. A wide open player that drops it. That's Caitlin Clark. And if she made that layup, they would have said, oh, it's because Caitlin Clark has the help. She's the one that's creating it. She's the one that's creating it. Oh, and there's more halftime nonsense. That's why I'm gonna make like 4 or 5 different separate videos, because I want to talk about that nonsense. I want to talk about the fouls, and there was another thing that was said at halftime about the All-Star game and the 3-point contest. That's why I said I'm gonna have to make these separate videos, because I really just want this just to be like, hey, let's talk about this game rather than like everything else. But it's just like, when you watch the full game and you actually see the conversations that are being had in real time, it's just like, well, I gotta all include them in here, because it's just madness. Just madness. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caitlin Clark's performance against Dallas? Her first matchup against Paige in the WNBA, where Caitlin Clark was clearly the better player, but they'll try to sell you on what was Paige's final box score here. Let's take a look. 21 points, right? 9 for 15, 2 for 4 from 3, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. They'll try to sell you on that Paige actually had a better game than Caitlin Clark's lowly little 14 points and some assists, but she has more help. Paige has no help, and they can just load up on Paige. Okay. Whatever y'all say. Whatever y'all say. But let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're all on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.